Yesterday we were discussing with a linked list how to draw a linked list, singly linked list, doubly linked list and their algorithms. So I think you are all gone through the previous portions that we have learned yesterday. Paula, did you?
Yes, sir.
So we can start our new topics. All of you please listen to this topic, and it is very important. Stacks and queues are both linear data structures that organize data in a specific way. A stack is a collection of elements that supports two main operations, push and pop. When you push an element onto a stack, it gets added to the top of the stack. When you pop an element from a stack, the top element is removed and returned. Stacks follow the last in first out (LIFO) principle, meaning that the last element that was pushed onto the stack is the first one to be popped off. On the other hand, a queue is a collection of elements that supports two main operations, enqueue and dequeue. When you enqueue an element, it gets added to the back of the queue. When you dequeue an element, the front element is removed and returned. Queues follow the first in first out (FIFO) principle, meaning that the first element that was enqueued is the first one to be dequeued. To summarize, the main difference between stacks and queues is the order in which elements are added and removed. Stacks follow the LIFO principle, while queues follow the FIFO principle. Stack is a linear data structure that follows the specific order to perform the operations. For example, if we want to access the element in the array, we can do it any time, but in the case of stack data structure, there is only one sequence to access the element. In the stack, we insert the element from one end with push operation and delete the element from the same end using pop operation. The end of the stack used to perform all the operations is called the top of the stack. Therefore, a stack follows the LIFO last in first out principle, which means the element that is inserted last will be the first element to come out of the stack. The most important thing to remember in the stack data structure is that it stores the elements of the same data type only. The queue is a linear data structure in which we can insert the element from one side of the list and delete the element from the other side of the list. The end of the list from where the elements are inserted is called the rear end, and the end from where the elements are deleted is called the front end. Therefore, the queue data structure follows the FIFO first in first out principle, which means the element inserted first from the rear end will be the first element to be deleted from the front end. The insertion technique in the queue data structure is called enqueue operation, and the deletion technique in the queue data structure is called dequeue operation. While performing operations in the queue, there are two pointers, front pointer and rear pointer, where the front pointer is used to point the element that is added first in the queue, and the rear pointer is used to point the element which is added last in the queue. Also, just like stack data structure, we can only store elements of the same data type in the queue data structure. So that's all for today. Thank you, children.
Thank you, sir.